Okay, can I start?
Okay, so everybody ready?
Ready, yeah? Start, yeah? Okay, good evening, Madam Azian and my fellow group members. I'm Patman, metric number MC220918492, and I'm the one presenting from slide number 1 until slide number 7. Okay, so this is as part as our group assignment presentation. I'm going to start off by introducing to you this place called Berhala Island. Next slide. Okay, so this place called Berhala Island is an island located off the coast of Sabah. Now, the reason why we chose this island is because this island is an untapped paradise, meaning to say it has not gained much attention yet. This island is still very much intact in terms of its flora and fauna, and it'll be a good place to visit for those adventurous naturalists who enjoy the natural scenery. So this place, since it's not known to many people yet, but of course it'll be known. It is known to the locals there. So there's not much of commercialization taking place yet. So if you want to visit this island, I think now is the best time, right? You get to appreciate its true beauty, right? So this island has the potential to become a very good a potential tourist destination in the future. Next slide. Okay, what we're looking at now is a map showing this island. So as you can see, the only way to get to this island is via Sandakan, via a boat. Now, if you're coming from wherever you're coming from, you will have to take a plane to Sandakan, arrive at Sandakan Airport, and from Sandakan Airport, you will have to take a public transportation. The distance from Sandakan Airport to the Sandakan Jetty is about 8 to 9 kilometers. Or else, if you are already driving to this place, you should head your way to Sandakan Jetty. Now, once you are at the Sandakan Central Market Jetty, then you may take a boat to Berhala Island. Next slide. Right. So this map shows three main locations, three main points. The point A is the settlement of the Bajau people. So they are the main population in this island. So this community, their main activities is fishing, and they also do other kind of activity like farming, and so whatever they do is for their own consumption. Okay, and point B is a lighthouse. Now this lighthouse, can you go back? This lighthouse was constructed in 1951 by the Sabah Marine Department. So along the way, they have made some modifications. This lighthouse is mainly made of steel framework. So the last modification took place in 1975. So after that, what you see there is very much preserved from 1975. So this lighthouse, if you make it up there, it will give you a good aerial view of its surroundings. Now, the next point that you can see is a sandstone terrain. Now, this sandstone terrain is actually a cliff rising up vertically from the water. Now, this is the exact spot where people who are interested in climbing, rock climbing, they will head their way towards this spot. And the best part about this point is that if you make it up all the way on top, you'll be able to see the coastline of Sandakan. Okay, next slide. Okay, now to get the transportation to get to Berhala Island, as I mentioned earlier, you have to leave Sandakan Jetty, take a boat. So you're looking at images of the boats lined up at the jetty. So these boats are quite small in size. They can ferry about 15 people for a comfortable ride. So you might want to plan your journey, because if you're coming in big groups, you might need more than one boat. Now, at an average, the boat fare round trip is 10 ringgit per person. But if you are good at bargaining, you might be able to get at a cheaper price. Next slide. Okay, now the journey time from Sandakan Jetty to Pulau Berhala is roughly about 10 minutes. The distance is within 6 kilometers. So along the way, you might catch a glimpse of eagles, and nice sceneries around. So what you're looking at is a picture of the jetty and the boat parking area. Okay, next slide. Okay, this is an aerial view of the Berhala Island jetty. Now, this photo was actually taken from the top of the cliff, the sandstone terrain. So, this will be an added plus point. If you make it up in the terrain, you can also get to see nice scenery from this height. So, this presentation was me by Patman. So now I will pass the next presentation to my group member, Eza. Yeah. Eza, over to you. Thank you.
Eza, we can't
Eza,
hear you.
we cannot hear you.
Hello, hello everyone.
Hello, dengar.
Yeah, good evening, madam and my fellow friends. So today, my name is Eza Nurhaziban binti Husin, MC 2209179992. So I will continue our presentation, which is I will explain a little bit about the interesting fact that I have in the Pulau Berhala. The first one is the history. During World War II, Pulau Berhala was used as a stopover for laborers which come from China and Philippines, from our neighborhood countries. This Pulau Berhala became a quarantine center for the laborers. And there are some history, there are something happened there, which is Agnes Newton and her husband Harry Kent were imprisoned at the quarantine center that also operate as a temporary detention camp during the war, which is against the Japanese in June 1943. Some of the prisoner escaped to Tawi-Tawi Island, which is placed in Philippines. Next slide. Okay. The second one, the interesting fact, it is Pulau Berhala, which is the majority community at the Pulau Berhala, which is Bajau people. If you can see, if you come there, most of the people cannot speak fluently in English, and they prefer to speak in Bajau accent. And these local of the Iceland are exactly welcoming visitors. Majority of the people are working as a fisherman, which they are engaged in fishing related activities. Next slide. Okay, if you can see this picture, this is the settlers at the Berhala Island. The people living at the Berhala Islands are very, very friendly, and they are, if you come there, you can bring some small gift or sweets to give to the children there. Next. Okay, if you can see this picture, this is the structure of the people's Bajau house, which is made by steels. The house are supported by steels, and the space below the house is used for families' activities. Next slide. Okay, we move to the activities that are available at Pulau Berhala. The first one is hiking. Most of the visitors come here to do a hike with their friends, and there are a tourist guide who will follow the visitors along the way to the Pulau Berhala, along the journey. Next slide. The second one, okay, this is the hiking area, sorry. This is the part where water flows when there are heavy rains. But don't worry, there are a rope that also prepared to the visitors, which you can hold the rope to move up to the upper to the higher cliff. Okay, next slide. The second one activity that you can do is rock climbing. Okay, if you are able to, if you are successfully until the top of the cliff, you can see the view of the Sandakan. The next slide. Okay, the third activities. Okay, this is the Pulau Berhala High Cliffs. From these high cliffs, you can see you can see in front of you the Sandakan place. Next. Okay, this is the third activities that some of the visitors or university students who come to Pulau Berhala to do programs such as cleaning the beach. And in this picture, this is a rock climber which they are doing cleaning up program at the Pulau Berhala, which is there has collected around 200 pounds, if I'm not mistaken, in the articles. And this program is really successfully. Next. Okay, the fourth activities that you can do here is swimming. Okay, if you can see that the second picture is which is the beach that near to the cliff, and the first picture is the first area at the jetty. You can also swim at the place also. Next. Okay, next I will pass to my friends.
Okay, thank you, Eza. So, hello, Madam Azian, and hi, my teammates. So, my name is Tulasi, and my metric number is MC2209180009. So, as my part, I take a capacity of Berhala Islands. So, a small wooded island located in Sandakan Bay, near to the city of Sandakan. So, the island is approximately 5 hectares in size. So, when we see has prominent cliffs at its northern end, and in the western part is a water village. So got mountains, there got 2 mountains, which is the highland is 600 meters and the cliff slope is a 90 degree. So next slide. Okay, when we see the positive aspects, so every places will be having a positive aspect, which it will attract the visitors who are, I mean, like the person who are come to the Berhala Islands. So when we see in the Berhala Islands, it's a good climbing opportunity for the tourists. So a sheer cliff that rises out of the sea and a stripe of white sandy beach, ideal for picnic and snorkeling. So many of them like to, go to a picnic and snorkeling. So they can do a diving and sightseeing and also jungle trekking. And one more is even rock climbing. So when we see island has a lighthouse at its high point. So when previously got Batman say it's got the lighthouse there. So that one also a positive aspect for this island. So when we can see many bird preys like eagles and sea eagles like that. So and the last one, the most striking feature on the island is a way inspiring twilight set of cliffs that rise vertically from the water. So as Batman mentioned there, so these are the positive aspect that the Berhala Islands got. And you also can, visit to the Berhala Islands if got a long holiday like that. Yeah. So that's all from and I pass to Jana now. Thank you so much.
Hello, hi, good evening to my lecturer and my fellow friends. My name is Nurjana binti Abdullah and my matrix number is MC2209189192. Today I'm going to present about the negative aspect that influence the development of Berhala Island. My first point is limited transportation service. This is because the only transport that can bring tourists and residents around is by boat, and there is no other transport there. The limited boat make the tourists to wait a long queue because every time they need to go to Pulau Berhala, they need to wait for the boat to come to the jetty and bring them to Pulau Berhala. So the tourists need to wait for a long time. Second is incomplete infrastructure facilities. One of the reasons why Berhala Island is not recognized by outsider. The situation on the island have a problem without basic supplies such as water and electricity. Most of Berhala Island people don't have enough water, and water source is limited for them. The limited public toilet in island also very limited. This is make very difficult for the residents and visitors who go there because they have to queue for a long time to use the toilet. In addition, tourists that bring family members who have the elderly who cannot stand for a long period of the time also make them, and also the toilet also not for a disabled person. And the next is the lack of promotion campaign. The lack of promotion campaign by the Sabah state government and resident and non-governmental organization there. The government did not take the initiative to expose about the beauty of the island Berhala. Compared to the other island in the country, they have their own blog and they have their own NGO that promote the island. And they also offer a few package for the tourists from the lower budget to the higher budget. And lastly, the lack of the law enforcement. There is no strict enforcement in Berhala Island. Due to the large influx of the illegal immigration into the Sabah, and some of the residents of Pulau Berhala do not have the valid identity card and document. This will give a sense of excitement and fear to the tourists visiting the island. The entry of illegal immigration can threaten their safety because this increase and trigger an increase in a crime in the Pulau Berhala. And this cause of the large population but no job opportunity, which cause many criminal cases such as kidnapping. Thank you. That's all for me. And I'm passing to my friends.
Next slide, Shazia. Thank you, Jannah. My name is Muhammad Nur Nabil bin Rahman with metric number MC2209-18012. So I would like to share a recommendation regarding the enhancement of visitor experiences to Berhala Island. In particular, I would like to suggest the provision of boat transport services by the Sandakan Municipal Council, aka MPS. As we know, Berhala Island is a popular destination for both locals and foreigners due to its natural beauty and rich biodiversity. However, the current lack of organized boat transport service poses a significant inconvenience for visitors. As you can see in the picture, the boat there is transport for only passengers from the villages around the city of Sandakan. This inconvenience can be addressed by collaborating with both service providers or private parties to establish a regular shuttle boat service between the mainland and Berhala Island. So the implementation of a shuttle boat service holds tremendous importance for the visitors and the local community. Firstly, it will ensure the safety of visitors during their journey to and from the island. Boats equipped with safety equipment and managed by trained crew will provide a sense of security for tourists, thus encouraging more people to visit Berhala Island. Secondly, the availability of a reliable boat transport service will greatly enhance the convenience for visitors by arranging a clear and orderly departure and arrival schedule. tourists can better organize their travel plans and maximize their time on the island. This convenience will result in a positive word of mouth and encourage more people to explore Berhala Island. Plus, the collaboration between MPS and both service providers will directly generate job opportunities for the local residents, especially in Sandakan. Okay, next slide, please, Shazwi. So, the second recommendation is the Sandakan Municipal Council, which is MPS, also needs to develop the infrastructure facilities to meet the needs of visitors to Berhala Island. Currently, Berhala Island lacks of infrastructure to cater to the needs of visitors. A well-designed and complete infrastructure will provide visitors with the necessary facilities and amenities, allowing them to fully enjoy their time on the island. The MPS should prioritize the construction of a safe and comfortable jetty as the main access point for visitors. This jetty should serve as a gateway to Berhala Island and offer additional facilities such as ample parking spaces, accessible toilets, information centers, and eating places. These amenities will contribute to the overall safety, convenience, and comfort of the visitors. So, for an excellent example of a well-developed ferry terminal is the Jesselton Point Ferry Terminal, which is located in Kota Kinabalu, Sabah. This terminal serves as the main gateway for sea travel to the islands around Kota Kinabalu. The Jesselton Point Ferry Terminal has successfully provided visitors with outstanding facilities. The MPS can also draw this inspiration from this terminal and replicate its efficient and infrastructure facilities on the Berhala Island. So I'm pretty sure by emulating the efficient infrastructure developed in Kota Kinabalu, the MPS can create a similar experience for visitors to Berhala Island. So that's all from me. I pass to my next member, Shazwi. Thank you.
Thank you, Nabil. Hi, my name is Muhammad Shazwi bin Baharudin. My matrix number is MC220918011. So the next third recommendation for Berhala Island is improved marketing strategy to promote the island. There is a three main strategy, which are the first and foremost is promote Berhala Island through social media. So we must recognize the influence of social media in shaping people travel decision. For this project, my suggestion as a local authorities in Sandakan, which is Sandakan Municipal Council, should committed in utilizing social media platform such as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and the right now popular is TikTok to promote Berhala Island. I believe by leveraging this channel, it can connect with local and global visitors and make the islands going viral. And apart from that, by adding advertising tools to promote Berhala Island, my suggestion is that the advertising agency in Sandakan should help advertise Berhala Island by using advertising tools such as billboards and signboards in the hotspot area. For example, at the Sandakan Airport, Sandakan Bus Terminal, and prominent location within the city will be effectively inform and attract tourists to come to the island. Another example, as you can see in this slide, you can see they have displayed the billboard in the hotspot area to promote Mabul Island. You know, Mabul Island is in Semporna, Sabah. So this is one of the best marketing strategy that can attract the attention of tourists. I'm sure by using all the interpretation method in tourism, including all the signs, all the billboard in the hotspot area, can further promote Berhala Island. Okay, the last strategy to promote Berhala Island by asking the travel agency company located in Sandakan to include this island in their tour package as a preferred destination for tourists. This is because I can see Berhala Island, has a potential to compete and be introduced at the leading event, which is Mata Fair by Mata. You know Mata? Mata is a Malaysian Association of Tour and Agents. So Mata held the Mata Fair event. In this tourism event management, this is an opportunity to raise the image of Berhala Island, because at the same time it can promote Berhala Island in the Cuti Cuti Malaysia program to further introduce the island as an attraction destination that must be visited by tourists, whether foreigner or local tourists. Okay, for the next slide. As a final recommendation for improvement at Berhala Island, the authorities need to enforce safety for tourists at the island, because this is due to the lack of enforcement of tourist safety in Sandakan. The proof is we got the previous incident in Sandakan, Sabah, experienced as a case of invasion from the Philippines in 2015, where they kidnapped local residents of Sandakan on the beach. So to prevent this from happening again, we don't want to happen again. Is it important that local authority here, such as MPS, Sandakan Municipal Council, need to work with the Marine Police and the East Coast of Sabah Special Security area, which is ESCOM, to ensure the safety of visitor or tourists at Berhala Island is guaranteed and controlled. And we can see that they have a duty to control and enforce maritime laws and keep the water safe for tourists who use boats or ships to go to the island. For example, ESCOM and Marine Police patrol the waters at Berhala Island, guard the water traffic, and act quickly in dealing with emergency situation or security disturbances that may occur. This will give confidence to tourists. They will be attracted to visit Berhala Island because they know that their safety is guaranteed by efficiently and effectively. So, in a nutshell, Berhala Island, located in Sandakan, Sabah, offer a hidden gem, and we choose this island as our project assignment due to forested landscape, prominent cliff, diverse bird life, and clean beaches. And the island has a great potential as a tourist destination. But however, there are some challenges that need to be addressed, including lack of adequate boat transport, incomplete infrastructure facility, insufficient promotion, and the need for better safety enforcement. So our recommendation including by providing reliable boat services, developing infrastructure facility, increasing promotional efforts, and increasing security measures. By addressing this issue, Berhala Island will become a well-known destination. So I urge each and every of you to consider visiting Berhala Island. By exploring this hidden gem, not only will you be able to create lasting memory, but you will also contribute to the local tourism industry. So let's us together to unlock the true potential of Berhala Island and perceive its beauty for generations to come. That's all from us. Thank you.